everybody. Full moon in Aquarius. Blue moon at that. Full moon is to surrender to the divine. So every month we at least surrender to the divine once a month, right? The very word climax brings all sorts of ideas and images to mind. Agreed. But it really is the feeling of this card. Life is coming to a head, a point, a conclusion, or a turning point. There may be some kind of change, possibly even some sort of emotional explosion. Tune into your emotions now and see what they're telling you. They're very likely close to the surface, no matter when the moon cycle you've pulled this card. So I'm doing this reading for today, or the full moon in Aquarius, right? August 22nd, 2021. Matters will soon conclude, and you'll find out whether or not your wishes are going to come true. The odds are in your favor, as this is a positive card, but you may need to work harder than usual to keep cool as events unfold. Full moon in Aquarius, show the world the real you. This card brings the message from the cosmos that you need to detach a little from whatever situation you're asking about. Someone might be keeping you at arm's length now, but it's no bad thing. It's important for you to allow life to unfold in progress, even if change seems like a frightening prospect. If you've been holding yourself back from showing the world the real you, this card reminds you that your unique characteristics are what make you special. In a relationship, are you being too aloof or detached? Go ahead and be yourself in whatever is coming up for us. Blue moon. Believe in the impossible. As the saying goes, some things happen only once in a blue moon. In other words, hardly ever. Drawing this card suggests you're about to get a rare chance, and that something one of could well be about to happen. This card is a very positive sign if you felt like you're hoping for too much or asking too much of the universe. Whatever you're asking about, well, it might only happen once in a blue moon, but it can happen. However, this is a rare opportunity before you. It's important that you believe in it. If you convince yourself that whatever you're asking about can never go in your favor, then guess what? It won't go in your favor. Be grateful for this card, which is a reminder to believe in your dreams. Queen of the Moon, what is the message for humanity for the full moon in Aquarius, the blue moon, August 22nd, 2021? Purity. Snow moon. Purity. Snow moon. Look for the simplest and cleanest solution. Understand your motives for doing what you are doing. Be as clear as possible in your communication. I know why I do what I do. The word purity now seems to have a kind of loaded moral quality. Anytime I mention the word, people mostly think about how it's used in religions or in morals. For example, the purity of virgins, the purity of no sex before marriage, the purity of celibacy, the purity of bloodline of certain extreme right-wing groups. No wonder we use the word with some trepidation. The purity I refer to here is the purity of the silver moon on the unmarked snow. The simple purity of intention that nature demonstrates. The purity of clean water in a mountain stream. The purity of one single purpose. The Cambridge Dictionary defines this kind of purity as being clean or free from harmful substances. And I guess in our world so full of pollution and damage to the environment, that may well be hard to find. However, the ancients looked at the cycles that brought ice and snow as a sort of reset button, a time when everything lay fallow for a while and brought with a kind of simplicity. These times were hard, but if we were prepared for them, we would survive. There are good reasons to strive for a kind of positive purity in our lives. Being precise with our language and as clear as we can be in our communications means fewer miscommunications and misunderstandings in our relationships and work life. Keeping our intentions pure and untainted with lower energy such as jealousy, revenge, or unworthiness as much as possible means that our motivations are pure and not muddy in their reasoning. Stone or metal, clear quartz. Companion. Wisdom of the House of Night message for humanity for the full moon in Aquarius, blue moon, August 22nd, 2021. The fledgling. The fledgling. The symbol of the fledgling know that you are blessed with the time of learning new things. This is a time for you to remember that you cannot know things until you experience them. Being in the evolving state means you may stumble a bit. Don't expect yourself to be perfect. Now is the time for being gentle with yourself as you step into your destiny to become the beautiful person you are meant to be. When the fledgling appears to you, it is a sign of new growth and wonderful new opportunities. Step forward with curiosity and a willingness to learn and discover. Sacred Rebels message for humanity for the full moon in Aquarius, blue moon, August 22nd, 2021. New birth guarded vigilante. New birth guarded vigilante. In every creative process, in every birth, in every opening of a new cycle of life, there is a time of vulnerability. This vulnerability is natural and appropriate. It is the fowl learning to become steady on its legs. Those legs will become remarkably powerful in time. But the process of growth and maturity has to take place, and that requires some wobbly first attempts. It cannot be any other way. Within you, perhaps even below the level of your conscious awareness, there is a fresh new life emerging like a vibrant green shoot rising from the earth. This new life is in need of your attention and your care. This could be a new relationship that needs tending with interest and kindness. It could be a new idea that you need to nurture into fullness because it is going to hold special purpose for your life path. It might be something within you, a new behavior, a new way of looking at yourself, or a new way of being in the world that you need to attend to until it becomes more natural for you to embody. You must pay attention to the new life emerging from you now, or that you will soon sense. You must not be careless and think it doesn't matter. It matters greatly. Being careless now is akin to killing off the idea before it has a chance to grow strong enough to withstand the criticism, jealousy, or sabotage by dark consciousness and others of yourself, and others or yourself. We don't have to be frightened or destructive energy. It exists in nature and in us, and it is part of us. We do, however, need to be intelligent to its potential power and stay centered in our heart and in our wisdom to avoid its ill effect upon that which we are nurturing into life. You will not always need to cloak that which is young. Soon enough, it will be able to stand up for itself. But for now, your vigilance and care is most certainly required. Hug your ideas to yourself as though they were a new lover you cannot bear to share with another. In time, the world will be the lover receiving the love in your idea. For now, it is for you to love, for you to hold, and for you to observe. Only allow those proven to be trustworthy to support you in this. Those who can handle the frequency or vibration of what you are seeking to nurture. Some may love you, but be frightened of what you are creating. Stay true to yourself and your creative power and be wise as to whom you invite into your inner sanctum to witness this new life emerging. This oracle brings particular guidance about keeping your inner sanctuary pure. This may be your room, a sacred place you visit, or your own body into which you retreat into relaxation or meditation. Sometimes you will find that others have taken up residency in your sanctuary. Perhaps an argument that you cannot let go of has another living in your head. A suffering that has not been acknowledged and released can feel like a big, old, dirty suitcase of emotional baggage cluttering up the temple space of your heart. It is time to focus on the purity, light, love, and compassion that dwells within you. Everything else will come and go, and that is just fine. Be the purity within your sanctuary is eternal. But the purity within your sanctuary is eternal. You can come back to it to refresh your spirit and gain resources to help you deal with the rest of the world and even your own darker moments anew. It will give you the peace and spaciousness of mind that you need to recognize the new life, and do it compassionately but firmly denounce any intrusion upon that new life by doubt, fear, or sabotage. The enchanted map message for the humanity for the full moon in Aquarius, blue moon, August 22nd, 2021. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Every life is a teaching tool for others. Your authenticity and honesty are an example of those around you. You're being called to lead others by example. Your wisdom has been earned as a result of your bravery and the adventure of your life. The experiences of battles won and lost, places discovered, tears shed, and joy revealed have placed you in a unique position to be of service to others. Your suffering has been crystallized into a talisman of wisdom. Now you must share it. By being fully authentic, you'll lead others into the light. You'll be required to divulge some things about your past so that you may help someone else. Lead with love. There's another message here as well. Look to those whose great character and accomplishments you admire. Emulate the leaders you respect. You will then in turn have more to offer. What is going on for humanity? What's the message? What kind of guidance do we have for them? What is the overall conclusion? Any discussion points? Anything to present? Just gonna shuffle for a little bit here. Give it a couple good shuffles here. Flip it around. I love this deck. This deck is smooth. It's like playing cards. Random playing cards. These cards are well made. Quality. Smooth cards. Smooth shuffling. What do we got? King of Swords, huh? Just stand upright with the wisdom and knowledge. Knowing who you are, right? That was part of the message. Knowing your purity, new birth, guarded vigilante. Follow the leader. Fledgling. Believe the impossible. Show the world the real you. Surrender to the divine. What I'm looking at here is symbols. We all know swords are words, right? But he's not holding his words out like he's gonna penetrate or try to hurt someone, right? It's like, hey, I know how to use this, buddy, but I don't have a look on me like I want to hurt you, right? So it's like, I know what you did, or hey, I know what you're capable of, or those kinds of things. Eagles, look at that piercing eye of the eagle, right? Good perceptions, being able to see clearly. Let's get some more. What else can we find out here? What other things? What can we add to with the King of Swords here in the message with wisdom and knowledge and knowing what's right and knowing what to do and who you are? Three of Pentacles. Foundations. Stable. Knowing what you're working on. Building for the future. A lot of that came up too, right? I mean, it's pretty clear. This Aquarius, moon in Aquarius, blue moon, it's like maybe you have been working on something, or maybe you are working on something, or you're starting something, or you're like, all right, fine, let's go, let's take that, let's build it, let's do it. I mean, come on. What other signs do you need? Look at that. Let's get one more. What do we got here? What can we... I mean, I don't know how clear the message can be, right? Like, it's pretty obvious. I don't know. What else do we got? Ace of Cups in reverse. That's a big picture. That's the big thing. I mean, you might want to go watch my. Hopefully, become a Patreon. I would appreciate it. But if not, whatever, it'll come up later and you'll be able to see it. But if you want to get a grasp on it ahead of time and know what you're going to be dealing with, go watch my Patreon videos beforehand. Otherwise, you can wait till they come out later in the month while you're dealing with it. But for most of the signs, everybody's going to be dealing with their emotions. They're going to be rattled, riddled. They're going to be confused. You're going to be freaking. I mean, it's going to be depending on your sign, your chart, right? But it's going to be not easy because there's going to be a lot of trial and tribulations coming for the next in September, and probably over the next 3 months. It'll be a little rough, but I think that's part of the building something. When being distracted. It's not perfect, right? It's not a perfect video game that you can master in just one try, one go. Because no, this is gonna be a lot of turbulence. Okay, that was a good message. Do we got one more? Is there one more you think? Should we go for a fourth one? Yeah, let's go for one more. What else we got? Oh, there it is, Ace of Swords. Boom, upright. So Ace of Cups and Ace of Swords, right? I think part of the lesson is understanding how to readdress your emotions and how they may be a cause of a lot of your problems, and having a logical, clear considerations with the Ace of Swords in the beginnings with that. So how can your mind and your heart get aligned correctly where it's like this, right? Instead of like this? Because obviously your heart has been pouring out, but it hasn't been pouring out in a good way. It's been pouring out in a conflicting way, potentially bringing back drama or karma back at you, especially quickly in ways you're like, I didn't see that coming. That's not right, or that's not fair. But really, it is, because you don't have your heart in the right place. You think you do, but in having your heart in the right place is understanding the blessings in disguise. The universe allows turmoil or tribulations or tough things throughout history, age of Pisces, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to think of. All those things that you're frustrated with about the world, there's somewhere deep down inside of you that is reflecting that. Take that. Think about it. Yeah, me too. I know. Yeah, me too. I get you. I know. I'm doing the same work. Cancer's got to deal with emotions in September, so trust me, I know. Okay? I got my own things going on, and I'm aware of it. So I'm not here to judge, right? I'm just here to share the moment with you and experience it with you. We all got to work on it. And that was the full moon at Aquarius reading, blue moon. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next, maybe new moon or full moon. We'll see.